Spaghetti all'assassino, assassin spaghetti. It's red, it's fiery, and it's from a part of Italy where I called home, Puglia. Specifically, it's from the city of Bari. It is beloved there, but most people in the rest of Italy even, not to mention the rest of the world, have never even heard of this pasta dish. But you really should know about it. And that's why I'm here today. Ciao, salve a tutti. Se non mi conoscete, sono Katie. Sono una cittadina italiana, ma anche una cittadina del mondo. I live in Toronto, I'm American, all over the globe, and I have a very special place in my heart for Italy. Lived there for a while, and here is where this pasta dish comes in. When I first posted about it on my Instagram, this pasta dish that gets cooked in the pan with the tomato sauce as opposed to in a pot of water, like most pastas, it gets these crunchy bits. And that first post was when our landlords in Trani took us out to lunch in Bari, their hometown. Yes, our landlords took us out to lunch. They're so sweet. That post got a ton of attention, so I decided to do a step-by-step breakdown for my Patreon community, the Quirky Club. Hi guys, now's a good time to thank the Quirky Club, my incredible Patreon community. These are the people who support my work, and they're the reason I can put the time and energy into making these videos. If you enjoy my work and you want exclusive videos, behind the scenes access, monthly live chats, monthly recipes, then I hope you'll consider joining. Also, if you want this recipe written out, it's there. This recipe is deceptively simple. See, with this dish, it's really all about technique. So spaghetti all'assassina has just a few ingredients, spaghetti, and you want to make sure that the spaghetti fits fully in whichever pan you'll be using, garlic, 3 garlic cloves, finely chopped. I have seen this recipe online with 2 garlic cloves instead of 3, but I'm a garlic person, and yeah, I just think I like this recipe with 3, so 3 it is. Pepperoncini or red chili flakes. So in Italy, I would use like a whole pepperoncino, multiple pepperoncini.
This is a dried one. You can also get a fresh one.
Either dried or fresh, but most places you can't source that. So just use dried chili flakes. Same, pepperoncino macinato. You find it at every pizza place ever, and it will definitely be at your grocery store. Passata di pomodoro, tomato sauce, and tomato paste, e basta. Parsley is optional. I like it for the pop of color, but Connor, not a big fan.
Not every recipe has parsley, but I just think it makes it look pretty, right? Give it a little pop of color. Also, it's kind of, Italian flag vibes.
You also do it to torture me.
Yeah, I don't do it to torture him. It's unintended byproduct of the parsley addition.
The thing about it being cooked in tomato sauce, in this kind of watery tomato sauce little by little, is that it's almost more like a risotto than your typical spaghetti. So first you'll put a pot of water on the stove to boil, then add a hefty amount of salt. You want to imbue the pasta with saltiness. Then add tomato paste. Mix it well and bring it to a simmer. Add your pan to the stove and add a hefty drizzle of olive oil. Let that heat up. Then add the garlic and red chili flakes. After the garlic is fragrant, just a bit golden, add the passata di pomodoro, tomato sauce. Keep it on high heat, but it does spit. No wonder it's called spaghetti all'assassino. We've got this one ferocious boiling. The peppers in the oil, it's starting to get in the air and in my nose. It's almost like a pepper spray. Now add in the pasta and let it cook. Watch it closely. After a couple minutes, kind of pick it up with a spatula and see the crunch, that crust forming. Now you can move it around. Now slowly, ever so slowly, add in some water, a bit at a time, because you want to keep just a bit of this crunchy texture, but you also want to cook the pasta. Right around the time it looks like they are starting to cook, you want to taste as you go.
È troppo al dente. The kitchen tool I prefer to use for this are pincette, kitchen tweezers, but mine are in storage in Italy still, so I'm just using chopsticks. Di più. As this continues to cook, what you're getting is a caramelized tomato flavor. Oh, well, it's there. It's there. It permeates the noodle. It doesn't just dress the noodle. To plate this, I would use pincette, or in this case chopsticks, plus mestolo, a ladle, for the prettiest of plating. Super simple, but with such deep, rich, satisfying flavor. And for more on this awesome dish, let's talk to America's Test Kitchen's Steve Dunn.
My name is Steve Dunn. I work at America's Test Kitchen in Cooks Illustrated magazine. So for every issue that we publish, I have 2 recipes that I'm responsible for. I get assigned the recipes.
Steve reached out to me about this dish because he's doing a deep dive on spaghetti all'assassina.
So I will work for weeks or months, depending on what the dish is. Our mantra is, we make the mistakes in the kitchen so you don't have to.
He and his team are nerding out about the science and technique of this dish in a way that I can only dream of.
How did spaghetti all'assassina come to your attention? How did it get on your radar? And what made you decide to take it on?
So assassina is a dish I had never heard of before. And my mother her maiden name was Marchetti. So she's a full-blooded Italian. And so I grew up eating a lot of Italian food, but I'd never heard of this. And I've traveled to Italy a few times. Our editor-in-chief, Dan Souza, on a trip to Rome a couple of years ago, did trips to various other areas. And he was down in Puglia and he actually had it there and heard a little bit of the lore of assassina and fell in love with the dish. I have to say I was skeptical. You have to break all the pasta rules when you make this dish.
What would you say is the biggest challenge for a cook taking this dish on?
You have to fight the urge to mess with it much. I think what I found was the key to success with this dish was just sort of letting it do its thing. You really just have to kind of be zen about it and let it go. Taking a peek underneath the pasta every now and again and judging sort of the level of sort of that fried pasta bit that you're going for and the amount of char that you're looking for. There's a lot of sort of touch and feel that goes with this one. And oftentimes I find that's a really hard thing to translate to words because so much of it is about really being present, paying attention.
What's your favorite thing about this dish?
So it's the combination of all these textures and then you get this super reduced umami bomb of a sauce because it's all this tomato product that just gets reduced and caramelized. And so, and then you've got red pepper in there, so it's got a little bit of heat.
Un po' croccante.
Sì.
Mi piace.
Non li avevate mai assaggiati?
No, la mia prima volta.
Che bomba, raga! Ciao, alla prossima!